Hey Swapaholics, I promised you the next part of the Flash Adagio swap, and despite my recent stint in the hospital, link to explanation video in the card, I've gotten it to you. Enjoy.
Flash took a deep breath, trying to steady his nerves as he approached the girls' locker room. He was about to cross a forbidden threshold, one he had only dreamed of entering before.
This is so wrong, but also so right.
His fingers tingled as he gripped the handle, hesitating for just a moment. But then, with a deep breath, he pushed the door open. What he saw nearly made his brain explode. Sonata Dusk and Twilight Sparkle were standing near a row of lockers, engaged in casual conversation. Except Sonata had that mischievous glint in her eye, and Twilight looked very flustered.
Wait, so you're saying you're getting used to being human?
Sonata gasped dramatically, hands on her hips. Twilight giggled, scratching her cheek.
Well, yeah. I mean, at first, walking onto legs was super hard, and don't even get me started on having hands, but I think I've got the hang of it now.
Sonata leaned in with an eager smile.
Okay, but be honest, did your boobs get bigger?
Twilight let out a high-pitched squeal, her face burning red.
Sonata!
She yelped, throwing her arms over her chest.
But it was just a question.
Sonata huffed.
I mean, I think mine got bigger too. Do you think it's a thing? Like the longer we stay here, the curvier we get?
She cupped her own chest, inspecting herself curiously. Flash, watching this unfold, felt his entire face heat up. His heart was hammering against his ribs.
Oh my god, this is the greatest day of my life.
His brain was practically short-circuiting, caught between overwhelming arousal and sheer panic. But then another thought crept into his mind. Why was his heart racing so much? Sure, the situation was stimulating, but there was something more. He swallowed hard. Wait a second, does this mean Adagio actually likes girls? The realization sent another shock through him, but he barely had time to process it before Sonata turned and saw him.
Adagio!
Sonata beamed before glomping him in a tight hug. Flash let out a surprised "oh" as Sonata's chest pressed firmly against his own. His brain was already fried from watching Twilight, but this was full-on sensory overload. Sonata grinned, tightening her hug before finally letting go.
You okay? You look all red and sweaty. Oh ho! Were you working out? No, wait, did you just see something super embarrassing? Spill!
Before Flash could fumble for an excuse, Twilight walked up with a warm smile.
Hey, Adagio! I was just about to message you. Are we still in for our study date at your place later?
Flash froze.
Study date? With Twilight, at her place.
His mouth went dry as he struggled to respond.
Yeah, of course, totally still happening.
Twilight giggled.
You're acting weird today.
She teased before wrapping her arms around him in a quick hug. Flash nearly died. Not only did Twilight Sparkle just hug him, but their chests, no there. Marshmallows pressed together.
This is heaven. I'm in heaven.
Meanwhile, across the school, Adagio, now in Flash's body, was sitting across from Aria Blaze, trying her absolute hardest to maintain composure. Aria changed chairs and sat beside her, shifting in place, her usual tough girl attitude barely masking how flustered she was. She avoided direct eye contact, fingers fidgeting with the hem of her jacket.
So yeah.
Aria muttered, clearing her throat.
Thanks for, helping me out with this assignment.
Adagio raised an amused eyebrow.
Oh, so this was how it was, huh?
Hey, slow! Knowing smirked at Adagio's lips, Aria was totally crushing on Flash. And she was totally about to exploit that.
Well,
Adagio said smoothly, leaning in slightly.
it's no problem, really. I always thought you were pretty cool, Aria. I mean, the pigtails. Loves him. You could so be in our band.
Aria's eyes widened, her face turned betrayed.
What? Are you serious?
Adagio smirked.
Oh, this is way too easy.
She tilted her head, letting her voice drop into a lower, more playful tone.
Of course. You've got the whole badass rocker vibe down. Honestly, can't believe I never told you that before.
Aria's brain practically shut down. She coughed into her fist, trying to regain her composure.
Well, I mean, I am kind of awesome.
Adagio knew she was pushing buttons now, and if her hunch was right.
So,
Adagio continued, adopting a more serious expression.
real talk. You know I'm with Twilight, right?
Aria stiffened slightly, eyes darting away.
Yeah, so what?
Well, I've been thinking of breaking up with her.
Aria's head snapped toward Adagio, her eyes wide with shock.
What? What?
Adagio let out a fake sigh, rubbing the back of her neck.
Thing between us have been cold for a while. If I'm being real, I think I only got with her to get over Sunset.
Aria visibly flinched at that.
She's smart, funny, quirky. got a kind heart.
Adagio went on, faking a sad-sounding tone.
But she deserves someone who actually loves her. You know, not just some rebound guy.
Aria bit her lip, her fingers curled into fists.
So what are you saying?
Adagio smirked.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Well,
She hummed.
you wouldn't happen to know anyone who'd be interested in me, would you?
Aria's entire body tensed, and for a moment she looked like she might explode. But then, slowly, awkwardly, she managed.
Maybe my sister.
Adagio almost laughed at how nervous Aria sounded.
Oh,
She mused, playing along.
Adagio or Sonata?
Aria's lips twitched, her mind clearly racing.
I mean both.
Adagio snorted.
That's so.
Aria rubbed the back of her head.
Look, it's just, ever since Twilight decided to stay here, she's been living in that apartment the school gave her for the exchange program. I could totally, talk to Adagio about you to hanging out.
Adagio leaned back, smirking.
Oh, Aria, you're so bad at this.
Still, she had to give credit where it was due. Aria was really trying her best to flirt, even if she was mentally screaming inside. Adagio gave a lazy grin.
You know what? That sounds like a plan.
Aria visibly brightened.
Seriously? Seriously?
Adagio replied smoothly, resting her chin on her palm.
Let's see where this goes yet.
Aria clenched her fists, mentally cheering.
Holy crap, did I just score a date?
Meanwhile, Adagio internally cackled.
Ah ha ha ha! Oh, flashy boy! You are gonna have so much fun dealing with this later!
Back with Flash in Adagio's body. Flash still wasn't sure how to process what had just happened. He had literally spent the last half hour in the girls' locker room, seeing things most guys could only dream of, and then, just when he thought things couldn't get crazier, Twilight had practically melted into his arms. His brain was still buffering. But now, standing in front of his locker, or rather, Adagio's locker, he realized he wasn't out of the woods yet, because right next to him, leaning casually against his locker, was Adagio in his body, and she was smirking.
So,
Adagio purred, folding her arms.
how was P?
Flash flinched. He really didn't like how she was looking at him.
It was fine.
He stammered. Adagio's smirk widened.
See anything interesting?
Flash's face burned as memories of Twilight and Sonata flooded his mind. The heavenly sights, the soft embraces, the marshmallows.
Damn it, don't think about that.
Unintentionally, he added.
Oh, wait, what?
Adagio chuckled, tossing her borrowed hair back.
You're so weak to a girl's body. It's honestly adorable.
Flash groaned, covering his face.
Just shut up, okay?
Adagio hummed, clearly enjoying his suffering. Then, as if dropping the most casual news in the world, she said,
Oh, by the way, you're going to Twilight's place tonight for a study date.
Flash blinked.
What?
Adagio smirked.
That and I'm going with Aria.
Flash froze.
Wait, what?
Adagio shrugged.
Turns out, Aria has a thing for you, but she's been holding it because, well, you're with Twilight?
Flash's jaw dropped.
Aria likes me.
Adagio rolled her eyes.
Obviously, she gets all huffy and jealous whenever she sees you two together. I figured, why not give her a shot?
Flash's brain was breaking again.
But wait, what does this have to do with me going to Twilight's place?
Adagio's smirk sharpened.
Because you're breaking up with her tomorrow.
Flash nearly choked on air.
Excuse me?
Adagio's expression darkened. In an instant, she pushed off his locker and slammed a hand against the wall, trapping him between her arm and the cold metal. Adagio leaned in close, their faces barely inches apart.
Listen very carefully.
She whispered.
You're going to treat Twilight right tonight. If you do anything to hurt her, or make her upset,
Her lips curled into a wicked grin.
I'll make you suffer.
Flash shivered. Why did his body look so terrifying when it was glaring at him? Still, he managed to stammer.
But why do you care so much?
Adagio narrowed her eyes.
That's none of your business.
Flash's fear vanished, replaced with pure mischief.
Oh, I see what's going on here.
He smirked.
You like her, don't you?
Adagio twitched.
Shut up.
Flash grinned wider.
Oh, no. This is too juicy. Why does the big, bad siren have a crush on the cute, nerdy princess?
Adagio scowled.
Drop it.
Flash's smirk turned devilish.
Or what? What are you gonna do? Fight me?
He leaned forward, voice dripping with smugness.
You know, I could go to the bathroom right now and say it loud and proud for everyone to hear.
Adagio's eyes widened in pure horror.
You wouldn't?
She hissed. Flash took a deep breath.
Hey, everyone, I think...
Before he could finish, Adagio slapped a hand over his mouth.
Shush.
She hissed, eyes darting around in panic. Flash muffled a laugh.
Gotcha.
Adagio sighed heavily before stepping back. She crossed her arms, looking thoroughly annoyed.
Fine. You want to know why I like her? I'll tell you.
Flash perked up, waiting eagerly. Adagio took a slow breath.
At first, I saw Twilight as an enemy. She was the one who ruined us. She took our magic. She humiliated us.
She glanced away.
But then, she stayed.
Flash blinked.
What?
Adagio sighed again.
After the Battle of the Bands, she could have just gone home. She had no reason to stick around, but instead, she decided to learn more about this world.
Her expression softened slightly.
And even after everything we did, she cared about us.
Flash frowned, listening intently.
She reached out.
Adagio murmured.
She extended a hand of friendship, and for some reason, she believed there was still good in us.
She shook her head.
At first, I thought she was just being a naive idiot. But then,
A small smile ghosted her lips.
she started spending time with us. And somehow, she and Sonata bonded so much that even Sonata wanted to date her.
Flash's eyes widened.
Wait, seriously. Sonata likes Twilight too.
Adagio nodded.
But she didn't want to get in the way of your relationship. She thought it'd be mean.
Flash stared at her.
That's actually kinda sweet.
Adagio sighed.
And that is when I realized that I liked her too.
Flash could see the emotions flickering in her eyes.
But I knew it would be selfish to try and take her from you.
Adagio admitted.
So I kept my mouth shut. I let her be happy with you.
She clenched her fist.
But then, we swapped.
Her gaze turned intense.
And I realized, maybe this was my chance.
Flash's breath hitched. Adagio smirked slightly.
So yeah, I do like Twilight, and I'm going to confess.
She leaned in again, a teasing glint in her eyes.
And unless you want the entire school to hear about your little locker room adventure, you're gonna play along.
Flash gulped.
Well, crap. To be continued.